The bears finally remember there's a stock market and give us our first signs of a pullback. Now the question is, can they follow through? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the bears finally decided to show up to the party, knocking the S&P 500 down over 70 points and finally pushing down below the 236 retrace. Below the 236 is a good sign that the pullback is underway, but now the question is, can the bears follow through? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the start of the pullback, it looks like we have the A wave in place, and now we're looking for a B wave bounce. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as you can see, we moved down today. We got our A wave down, our B wave up, and then C down toward our 236 here at 45.39. They pushed through that just a little bit, and then they've started to bounce here after hours. Now, on this move down, we did get bottoming signals, which lines up with our B wave bounce on both the 1 hour and 4 hour candles. And just so you guys are aware, when I say bottoming signals, okay, let me bring them out here. I have an indicator here that is very accurate on depicting bottoms. The issue with this indicator, especially on smaller time frames, is that it's sometimes a little bit early. So it started telling us a bottom was coming back up here, and it still fell down quite a bit. And the 4 hour has 3 of these bars in a row, which is usually a pretty strong indication of a pretty sizable bounce. That lines up pretty well with our B wave theory here. And as you can see, as you go back, you can see this was a bottoming signal here, and the 4 hour lined up with this one, and you got quite a huge rally. So it can be anything from a 60, 70 point bounce on the 4 hour up to a full blown rally like we're seeing here. So no guarantee that we stop at the B wave on the way up, because we do have those bottoming signals that can result in a very strong move up. So what we're watching for today is we're watching for this bounce, okay? And we would like it to hold between 45.79 and 46.07. If they push it up over 46.07, the bulls are back in control, and it's very likely we push up towards this 1618 fib at 46.40. As you recall, the 764 retrace is always our breaking point, and anytime we push through that, either up or down, we expect to test that high or low. So 46.07 is kind of our line in the sand for the B wave. It can go higher than that. There are expanded B waves, but those are less common. So we'll take it one step at a time and look at what kind of structure we get up to that point. From there, we would look for the C wave down to bring us into this wave 4 territory. Our first target is the 382. That's the most common wave 4 target at 44.83. And our second target would be the 50% retrace at 44.37. Our line in the sand for that move down in wave 4 is that 43.69 area. Should that break, then it becomes less likely that this bull move is going to play out, and we could see a retest of these lows. The bears did turn it down just in time over here, staying below that 764 retrace of the entire move down. So our primary scenario is we're looking for that B wave bounce to hold 46.07 and then C down towards that 44.83 area, and then 44.37 if that doesn't hold. The secondary scenario would be that this bounce is much stronger and the bulls want to continue to push higher, and this was all the pullback you get, and they go up and break this 46.07 area and push higher from there. And then there is one other thing we're watching, guys, and that is if this is all of wave 3, okay, so this big red circle 3 would move down to here. If this is all of wave 3, this pullback will be a little deeper, and the 382, okay, comes in for that at 44.40, which is the top of the pivot essentially, not quite, but basically. And then the second wave of that is 43.80 for the 50%, which is near the bottom of the pivot. And of course, our 43.69 remains our line in the sand, even if that's the case. So we could be in a smaller wave 4. So we got our Roman numeral 3 here and our Roman numeral 4. That'd be the smaller 4, where the target is 44.83 down to 44.37. Or if this whole red circle 3 is done here, because we did hit the 1618, which is very common for that level, then we would be looking at this red circle 4, and its targets are down here at 44.40 down to 43.80, with both scenarios having 43.69 as our line in the sand. Okay, guys, so that's what we're looking at on the S&P futures. Over on the NASDAQ, We have a slightly different count, okay? I'm counting the move up as all of 3 on the NASDAQ because they have pushed up to the 2.0 here just a little short of the 2.0 extension. And they do have a nice 5 waves structure off of this low. So right now I'm going to call this all of wave 3. The other reason is the pullback hit the 236 almost to the penny, which is a perfect A wave for this wave 4. So we have our A wave down, then our B wave up is what we're looking for next. We got bottoming signals on the NASDAQ as well. As you can see here, I pull this up, you can see the green bars down here toward the bottom. We got that on the 4-hour chart as well. So we're expecting a bounce here, and then the question is, can the bears keep the bounce contained or will they push higher? Our B wave target for the NASDAQ is 15,068. Up to 15,180. If they push over 15,180, then it becomes more likely we go attack this high and potentially make new highs at that point. So we're looking for the B wave to hold that 15,180 or lower, and then move down in C. Our 2 primary targets are, of course, the first one, the 382, which is the common wave 4 target at 14,583.25. And then our 14,370 level we've been talking about, that's slightly below the pivot, but not a big deal. We would expect that to hold. If 14,370 does break, then at that point, we will have to see what kind of structure we get down and if there's any chance that we can still push this higher. All right, guys, I know Elliott Wave can be very confusing and intimidating to some of you. It definitely was to me when I first started. I remember when I first started trying to put this stuff on charts, it was like reading a foreign language, and I had no idea what I was doing or what any of it meant. But I kept working at it, and I kept pushing through. And once you get it, guys, the magic unfolds right before your eyes. I could not believe how accurate it was at predicting bigger picture items. I've said many times it does struggle in the micro counts, but in the macro, it is untouchable. If you've checked out my big picture video, guys, you can see the magic unfold right there. Back in July when we were at 4,300, Elliott Wave told us we were going to 4,800 plus, and then told us we were coming back down to 41, 4,200, and that's exactly what happened. In my opinion, there is no better indicator than Elliott Wave Theory, but it is challenging to learn. So if you want help and you want someone to guide you along the way and answer all your questions and do Elliott Wave for you while you learn, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. Okay, there's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It will take you right over to Invest with Jacob, and check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible trading rooms, and they both come with a 7-day free trial. And that's because I want you to come in there and be part of the team. Make sure you love it. Make sure it's everything you want it to be before you ever spend a penny. I treat my trading team like a family. I take care of everybody in there. And all I care about is them becoming better traders and making money. So our first room is the Invest with Jacob room, and that's my room. In that room, you get my real-time market updates, you get my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. Now, we do swing trade in there, and swing trades can last from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as other services might. However, if you are looking to day trade, as well as trade individual stocks, you need to check out PT's throne room. Okay, in that room, you get everything in the Invest with Jacob room, and then you get access to PT and his unique trading style that is absolutely killing the market. He uses a reduced risk binary trading style that you have to see to understand how powerful it is. He does individual stocks as well as the indexes, and he's one of the smartest trading minds I've ever been around. He absolutely understands the market better than anybody I've ever seen. So we would really love to have you guys in there. There is nothing to lose. You get that 7-day free trial. Come check it out. We would love to have you so we can make some money together. All right, guys, key takeaways for today. On the ES, we're looking for this ABC to play out. Our B wave targets are 45.79 up to 46.07. Above 46.07, and the bulls can run with it. Okay, assuming they keep it below that, we would look for our C wave down towards the 44.83 area to 44.37, with 43.69 being our line in the sand. And over on the NASDAQ, we are looking for the ABC to play out for the bigger wave 4 over there as well. It looks like we have the A wave down. We would look for that B wave bounce that should hit in somewhere in the 15,068 to 15,180 region. Above 15,180, and the bulls can run with it. However, if they keep it below that, then we would look down to our targets at 14,583 to 14,370, with 14,370 being our line in the sand. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab a drink, enjoy your family, have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next week.